What's up, boys and girls? It's I, the Frenchiest Fry, Mr. Bumbleflower, and today we are going to make a magic deck. I was going to pull from my poll yesterday, so let's go check that out. Or not yesterday, last video. Let's see. I was going, no one has interacted, God forbid, so I'm going to go with Arwen on this one because I had a fun idea. Back in the day, when that Doctor Who set came out, there was this doctor who basically got +1/+1s for every artifact in play or something like that. And basically what you did was you made a bunch of clues, you counted to 20, and as soon as you had 20 clues, you could swing for lethal on someone, because commander damage, if you take 21 commander damage, you lose, right? So that was pretty much the idea of that deck. So this one is going to be similar. You gotta count to 21, but with Arwen, instead of clues or artifacts, we are going to be counting scries. So we are going to scry 20 times. Well, really, we only have to scry 19 times, but that's beside the point. We're going to scry 20 times and basically swing for lethal. So Arwen, whenever you scry, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. We're going to target her, and we're just going to keep scrying with cheap scries, and hopefully we'll scry 19 times pretty quickly, and after we're done scrying 19 times, we swing at someone and kill them. Sounds fun. So let's see, let's go over to our favorite website, EDHREC. Let's search up this commander, and then click as commander, and let's get to scrolling. Alright, basically we want to scry as much as possible, as often as possible, and maybe we'll throw in some more Lord of the Ring themes as we go, but basically we want cheap scry cards. So this one's, for example, this one's 1-drop for scry 3. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you can draw it. That's pretty good. It's pretty stonks. That's going to be our first card. Let's see, Elrond, Lord of Rivendell. When Elrond, Lord of Rivendell, or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. If this is the second time this ability is evolved, the ring tempts you. We're probably not going to do much with the ring temps, but it does help our commander out with swinging without being blocked. Elrond, Master of Healing. Whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter of each of up to X target creatures, where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying. That just gives us our commander extra +1s. And then whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. That sounds pretty good. Helps us out, helps our commander out. It goes with the agenda. That's what we're looking for. Whenever this card attacks, you scry 1. That sounds like something we would love in this deck. Let's see. Celeborn the Wise. Whenever you attack with one or more elves, scry 1. Whenever you scry, Celeborn the Wise gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each card looked at while scrying. So whenever we attack with elves, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of elves. We're going to probably put some elf mana dorks in here as well, even though our commander's only 2 mana. Don't see why not, it always helps to have mana dorks. Opt is scry 1, draw a card. That's a good one. Let's see. Let's kill that. Let's see. Shower of Arrows. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature. Scry 1. That's a 3 mana, so it's a little expensive, but it kills something and helps our agenda. When you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on Chance Met Elves. This ability triggers only once each turn. I don't hate that it's an elf and it doesn't help our agenda, but it works with our agenda. Alright, what does Galadriel do? Whenever the ring tempts you, choose a creature other than Galadriel as your ring bearer. Scry 3. Whenever you scry, you may reveal the top card of your library. If the land card is revealed this way, put it onto the battlefield. This one we might get rid of this one, but it does kind of synergize pretty well. So we'll drop that bad boy. Preordained, scry 2, draw a card. Absolutely. For 1 mana. Can't beat that. Alright, let's see what our top cards are. Legolas, counter of kills. Reach whenever you scry. If Legolas counter kills is tapped, you may untap it. Do this only once each turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Legolas. I kind of just like Legolas, so why not? We might get rid of this card later on, though. It's not exactly that strong of a card. Elvish Mariner, whenever Elvish attacks, scry 1. Whenever you scry, tap up to X target non-land permanents, where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying. Sounds like a good idea to me. Life Crafters be at the beginning of your upkeep, scry. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may pay green. If you do, draw a card. That sounds pretty good. Scry every upkeep. Let's see. Tap target creature, scry 1, draw a card. So this can prevent us from getting hit. And we scry and draw a card. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of Lord of the Rings cards that deal with scrying. I never really paid attention to that, but I guess that's cool. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control 2 or more legendaries. I don't know if we'll ever hit that, but it's 4 drop, scry 2, then draw 2. I don't hate that. Can potentially be a 3 drop. Alright, Angus Form, enchant creature. Enchant creature can't be blocked. Okay, whenever enchanted creature attacks, scry 1. Okay, I like that. We can put that on our commander and potentially just swing for lethal without being blocked. I didn't know blue had something like that. That's crazy. Whenever you scry, put a verse counter on Lost Isle Calling. Then you exile it for 4/6 mana. Exile Lost Calling. Draw a card for each verse counter on Lost Isle Calling. If you had 7 or more verse counters on it, take an extra turn after this one. Activate only as a sorcery. Extra turn? If you scry 7? And you can put it down pretty early. Sure, why not? Stocking of the Pantry. Whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, put supply counter on stocking a pantry. Remove a supply counter from stocking the pantry, draw a card. Eh, that's useful. Can help us draw if we're desperate. Whenever you scry, choose one, and Glorified Dauntless Rescue gets +1/+1. Glorfindel must be blocked this turn if able. Glorfindel can't be blocked by more than one creature each combat this turn. I don't feel like that's amazing. I feel like this is pretty trash. We'll throw it in there, might get rid of it later. Evolution Witness. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Evolution Witness, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Adapt. This creature has no +1/+1. Put 2. I mean, that's pretty easy to get things from our graveyard if we need it. It's kind of good to have graveyard play, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1. Add a green for each elf you control. We have a lot of elves in our deck so far, so why not? This is looking to be an LV deck. Elvish Mystic. We'll throw him in there. Can't go wrong with Elvish Mystic. Alright, Nimrod Watcher. Whenever you scry, Nimrod Watcher gets +1 and the turn can't be blocked. This ability triggers only once each turn. I think this card's also a little trashy, but we'll throw him in there and then get rid of him if we need to. Alright, Starfish. Tap and scry 1. That's what we want to see right there. Alright, Arwen, Weaver of Hope. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to Arwen, Weaver of Hope's toughness. When Galdraham Guide enters the battlefield, scry 2. Okay. Let's throw Lano War Elves in there. Greyhaven's Navigator. When Greyhaven's Navigator enters the battlefield, scry 1. These are some cheap cards. When Reclamation Sage enters the battlefield, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment. No, we don't want that. Kami Whisper hopes if one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a permanent control, that many +1/+1 are put in. So it just gives us extra +1s. That's pretty good. So instead of counting to 19, we'd only have to count to 8. Not bad. Fairy Seer. When Fairy Seer enters the battlefield, scry 2. That's pretty good. Flying. Can block some flyers. Thassa, God of the Sea. As long as blah blah blah. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. Target creature control can't be blocked this turn. We also need to add some protection in here. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. I mean, that's not bad. It gives us extra +1s. Why not? Okay. We can spread them out. Proliferate every landfall. Okay. Haldir, Lorien, Lieutenant enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, vigilance. So in a turn, other elf you control gain vigilance and get +1/+1 for each counter. I don't think I want that. Whenever one or more other elves enter the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Well, that's lame if it only triggers once a turn. I didn't mean for this to be so elf tribally. Alright, there's an owl. Let's see. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, scry 3. Okay. For 2 mana. Not bad. When wood elves enters the battlefield, search your library for forest card. Put that card up. No. Cryptid Annelid. When Cryptid Annelid enters the battlefield, scry 1. Then scry 2. Then scry 3. That gives us 3 +1s. That's crazy. That definitely helps the Jetta. Whenever another elf enters the battlefield, you're going to put a +1/+1 counter on Marwyn. Add any amount of mana equal to Marwyn's power. Don't think I want Marwyn. It's a pretty decent card, but I don't think I want. Whenever a +1 power is put on a Fathom Mage, you may draw a card. I don't hate that, but it's 4 mana. No thanks. When Rishkar enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Each creature you control with a counter on it has tap for mana. That's not horrible. When Farhaven Elf enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card. No thanks. Galadrim Brigade Squad. 2 other elves you control get +1/+1. You may pay 2 any number of times when this creature enters the battle. Create that many tokens that are copies of it. That could be a surprise slap in the face. Drop that guy down for however many squads we can get, and then boost our commander up. Alright, Moonfolk Puzzle Maker. When Moonfolk Puzzle Maker becomes tapped, scry 1. That's pretty good. Just swing and scry, swing and scry. Sphinx of Foresight. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, scry 3 at the beginning of your first upkeep. Okay. Flying at the beginning of your upkeep. Scry 1. That's just a good card. I like that card. 4/4 flying at the beginning. Legolas Greenleaf. What does he do? Can't be bought by creatures with power 2 or less. Whenever another legendary creature enters the battlefield under control, put a +1 on him. When Legolas deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Sure, why not? I'm just a fan of Legolas. He's cool. Let's see, Dustshell Crawler enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has trample. That gives our boy, our Arwen, our girl, trample. Other elves get +1/+1. I'm not trying to be super elf tribally here. Nightshade Dryad adds a mana and has Death Touch. I think I like that. Gear Sage. No. Whenever Elvish Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card. An Elf Druid. Paradise Druid has hexproof as long as it's untapped. And then you tap it for Mana, Whenever you catch a creature spell, draw a card, That just makes Eldrazi's. Don't think I want that. Add 1 mana of any type of that a land you can produce. If Inkabuja has a +1/+1 counter, add 3 mana of that type instead. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Arwen can just give him a +1/+1 and you just tap in for 3 mana with him. That's pretty good. When Disciple of blah 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 enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, you gain X life and draw X card, where X is that creature's power. No thanks. There's some more elves that give you mana. Raven enters the battlefield, Scry 1. I don't think we need that many mana dorks because we're not playing crazy heavy cards. Creature you control enters the battlefield with a number of additional +1/+1 counter equal to Master's power and as a mutant in addition to its other types. No thanks. If a triggered ability of another creature you control, Roaming Throne's pretty good. But I think I'm going to pass on him for today. This one makes squirrels. Yeah. Archive Dragon. Whenever Archive Dragon enters the battlefield, Scry 2. It's a dragon? Yeah, it's got ward. Flying? Okay. Artificer's Assistant. Flying whenever you cast a historic spell. Scry 1. Sounds good to me. We don't have a lot of historics at the moment. Whenever one or more +1/+1 put on a herald, you may create a 4/4 green beast. That's pretty good. For a 5-drop with Arwen, just beefing him up. Serum Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card, then Scry 2. Alright. You may look at the top card anytime. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. Okay. Tap 2 untap creatures you control, reveal a card from the top from your hand or the top of your library. If you reveal a creature card this way, put it onto the battlefield. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good guy. But we're not playing any strong beefy. We have one agenda, and that's to swing for commander damage. The simpler, I've come to find the simpler a deck is, the more effective it is. That one's whenever Willowwind enters the battlefield, Scry 2. That's pretty... it's a 5-drop though. I think we don't add that one. Yeah, I think we get rid of that one. There's another Galadriel. This one's the voting one. I don't think I need that in my life. Scry 2. Okay, now we're getting into the instances. This is probably where we're going to beef up our scries. Scry 2, then draw a card. Say less. Counter target spell. Scry 1. That's some good interaction. Draw a card, you may put a land card from hand onto the battlefield. No. I usually just throw a counter spell into any blue deck just for kicks and giggles. Joint exploration. You may pay an additional green as you cast the spell. Scry 2, then draw a card. If the spell is kicked, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. That's pretty good. for the agenda. Beast within, destroy target permanent. Sure, why not? Whenever you scry, if you control an island, you may exile Cancel's Deliberation from your graveyard. If you do, draw a card. So I can draw 2 cards? Okay. Sure, why not? Scry 2, then draw 2. For 4? Nah. Miss me with that. Yeah, counter target spell. Then scry 2. Sounds good to me. Draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. That sounds good to me. Gives our commander indestructible for a turn. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Scry 1. It fits the agenda and it gets rid of a blocker. Return target creature to its owner's hand if its mana value is 3 or less. Scry 1. Okay. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-elves. Create X 1/1 green elves token where X is the number of attacking creatures. That's a good elf doubler, but I think I'm good on that. Put a +1/+1 counter, a reach counter, and a death touch counter on target creature. That kind of fits our agenda. Makes our commander stronger. Gives it reach, gives it death touch. Counter target creature spell. If it was a legendary spell, the ring tempts you. I like that. I'm gonna get that. That's very fitting with our deck. Swan Song, no thanks. Swift Slice. Target creature control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Create a number of +1/+1 green will equal to the amount of excess damage dealt this way. That's actually pretty good. If we get the 20 power, we can make potentially 20 elf warriors. That's pretty cool. Memory Drain is a 4-drop counter target spell. Scry 2. No thanks. Return target tapped creature to its owner's hand. Scry 1. Yeah, we'll do that. Destroy target artifact. Scry 2. Okay, sure, why not? Repulsive Mutation. Put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, then counter up to 1 target spell until its controller pays mana equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. Huh. No thanks. Planar Genesis. That's like scrying without scrying. Extra words. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Cyclonic Rift. $31. No thanks. Contact other plane. Roll a d20. No thanks. Arcane Denial. Counter target spell. I kind of like Arcane Denial as a counter spell. It doesn't feel as rude because everyone gets to draw. Counter target creature or planeswalker unless its controller plays 2. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, instead counter that spell, then draw a Scry 2. And no. We can kick this for any of these. Put 2/+1s. Target player gains X life. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. And no. Pongify. I do like Pongify. It's pretty strong. If that spell targets a commander you control, instead counter that spell, scry 2, then draw a card. Okay, some commander protection, but also a counter spell. Target creature gets -4/-0 until end of turn, scry 2. That's another scry. Return to nature. Nah. Let's see. Bombadil's song gives our commander some protection. I like that. No escape. Counter target creature planeswalker. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Lots of counter spells. It is blue. Destroy target artifact and champion scry 2 for 4? Nah. Brainstorm is scrying with extra steps, but it doesn't say scry, so we can't really use it here. Snakeskin Veil, put a +1/+1 counter target control. It gains hexproof. That gives our commander a quick little hexproof and a +1/+1 counter. I like those odds. Alright, sorceries. Serum Visions, draw card, scry 2. Okay, yeah. How many cards are we at? 69? Okay, we're gonna fill her up and then get rid of a lot of stuff. Tap target creature and opponent controls and put 3 stun counters on it. Scry 2. That's pretty good. Let's see. Return each creature without a +1/+1 counter on it to its owner's hand. That's pretty cool. I like that. Scry 2, then draw a card. Okay, and you can flashback. Scry 3, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature or a land card, draw a card. Okay. Track down. I see you. Scry 4, then draw 2. For 4? We want to do cheap scries. Choose a creature type, return all creatures that aren't the chosen type to their owner's hands. That's also pretty good. Why is that $13? Whatever, that's going to be like our game finisher. Overwhelming Stampede gives our commander trample and doubles its power pretty much. So I think we need that in our deck. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Scry 1 and the ring tempts you. That could be a game winner. Let's see, Reason does a scry 3 for 1. That's probably all we're going to do with that card, but scry 3 for 1 is pretty good. Tap target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. Scry 1. I think we just put one in there that said that exact same thing, but I think it was an instance instead of a sorcery. You may pay an additional 2 as you play the spell. If you do, put this card into your hand as it resolves. Huh. I feel like that can combo off, but what do I know? Draw 3 cards. No thanks. Fangs of Kalana. Can also double our efforts, so that's really good. Farseek. I like Farseek. I'll put Farseek in here just in case we, need a blue and we don't have a blue. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Nah. Birthday escape, draw a card, ring tempts you, no thanks. Scry 4, draw 2. Mini pairings. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Create a food token. I'm not seeing Scry a lot in the rest of these sorceries. Multiple choice is not bad. You can kind of play it on curve. And it can just scry and draw if you need it to. I think that's all we need. Artifacts is probably going to be our bread and butter. Like this one. Yeah, 5, tap, try, scry 1, then draw a card. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. That's actually not that good. Let's see how many legendary creatures we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 legendaries. 10 if you count the commander. 10 out of 36. My quick brain math saying this is not worth it. Alright, what's this one say? Temporal Anchor. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 2. Whenever you choose to put 1 or more cards on the bottom of your library while scrying, exile that many cards from the bottom of your library. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with Temporal Anchor. I feel like that's pretty good. Scry, alright. Limbas. It's food. Whenever Limba enters the battlefield, scry 1, then draw a card. No, I don't think I want that. Alright, Crystal Ball. Yeah, tap 1 mana, scry 2. Okay, that's more like it. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, scry 1, then draw a card. Okay, Goggles of Night, whatever you say. Ocelot the Shattered Spire. It's a true drop. It doubles our +1/+1 counters. This thing is crazy. I've played it before in a +1/+1 deck, and it's hard to deal with as a 2-drop. This card, Palantir, I actually have 2 of these after opening after my obsession with the Lord of the Rings set, and it is just crazy. And it also procs scrying, so this is a must-have in our deck. When Candy Trail enters the battlefield, Scry 2. Scry 2 for 1 is not that bad. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, it deals damage equal to power to target creature defending player controls. That's not bad. We kind of go in a little... I kind of do want... We definitely need Lightning Greaves and Swift Foot Boots. Like, our commander needs protection badly because our commander is Arwen Undómiel. This is a Scry 2 for 1. That's not bad. Dark Steel Pendant is indestructible. Look at the top card. Let me put that card onto the bottom. I feel like that should just say Scry. And I don't know if that... Alright, we're going to Google Dark Steel Pendant Scry. Oh, look. Yeah, Dark Steel Pendant is a Scry. Okay. You tap 1, you Scry. Sounds pretty good, and it's indestructible. So it's even harder to get rid of. Brotherhood Regalia protects our commander a little bit. Gives it Ward 2. And it can't be blocked. So we definitely want that thing. The Ozolith. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if that counter one, put those counters on Ozolith. That's a $30 card. At the beginning of your turn, if Ozolith has counters on it, you may move all the counters from Ozolith. That basically saves our commander's counters if our commander dies, which is really good. But it's $34. When a Galadriel bow enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Untap that creature. Equipped creature gets +1/+2 and has reach. Don't really need that. Crypt creature can't be blocked and has Shroud. Whisper Cloak. That's the kind of stuff we want. Tap for free, put a counter on Maze Mine, and Scry 1. That sounds lit. 2 drops and infinite Scries. Well, not infinite, but you get the gist. Man, the Great Hinge has prices, has come unhinged. Innkeeper's Talent is so good. So good. I think I'm going to throw Innkeeper's Talent in there. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Scry 1. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. Alright. I feel like I'm going to get rid of a lot of creatures when doing the purge. Whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under your control, Scry 1. So these two are the same. I think I'll just go with Seasons of the Growth. Fall of Gilgalad. Scry 2, put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature. Until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, draw 2 cards. Then that creature fights up to one other. I feel like that's just good for our deck specifically. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, but that many +1/+1 counters are put. Why is that a 1-drop? Why is that a 1-drop? $2. Okay. Hardened Scales. Alright, Song of Rindil. Oh, okay. Scry 2, then draw 2. Create a treasure token and a bird. Put a flying counter on each creature you control without flying. I don't think that's worth. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, choose one. Scry. You had me at hello. Retreat. Oh no, I gotta sneeze. Alright. Hopefully the sneeze was not caught. I think I might have to sneeze again. Oh, man. Excuse me. Oh, some sneezing. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. And then you can trade it. That's kind of funny. I kind of like that. Put a +1/+1 counter on target. When one or more +1/+1 counters are put on a creature you control, put that many growth counters on Simic Ascendancy. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Simic Ascendancy has 20 or more growth counters on it, you win the game. That's crazy. Let's throw that in there. That sounds fucking nuts. Synthesis kind of just protects our commander. And I kind of like that. So I'm going to throw that in there. You know what we need? We need an armor. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. Whenever you discard a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. At the beginning of your upkeep, roll a d4. Scry X, where X is the result. Whenever you roll a die's highest natural result, draw a card. That's kind of cool. I don't think I want it though for 4 mana. A creature you control with a +1/+1 counter deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card. Ristic Study's good, but I don't think I want it in here. If one or more +1 players would be put on creature control, twice that many are put on that creature instead for 3 mana. Yeah, we have a lot of these effects. We might not need that many, but they're good effects. Create a cursed roll token, attach it to up to 1 target creature. Scry 2. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast an instance or sorcery, scry 1. Now that's what I'm talking about. Jesus Sanctum is very sanctum. Okay, the rest are like battles and stuff. Well, we're still going on the enchantments. Draw 2 cards. Shuffle any number of target cards from your graveyard into your library. Enchant modified creature. Okay. Enchant creature gets +3/+3, has vigilance and reach. Okay. And gets Umbra armor. Umbra armor for 2. That's pretty cool. Enchant Forest. Sprawl enters the battlefield. Choose a color. Blah, blah, blah. Tribute of the World Tree is not really part of our agenda. All of these seem pretty mid. What is this? Enchant creature. When Bitter Chill enters the battlefield, tap enchant a creature. Enchant a creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. When Bitter Chill is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 1. If you do, scry 1, then draw a card. No. What's this battle do? When Invasion of enters the battlefield, scry 3. Then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land or a double face card, draw a card. Okay. And then you flip it, trample, ward 2. Other transform permanents you control have trample, ward 2. Yeah, we don't need that in our deck. Alright, Planeswalkers. Yes to these guys. I think I want all 4 of these guys because all of them can scry for their +1s or +2s. I think that just really helps the agenda. And then you have extra effects that you can use as well if you need to. Yeah, I think that also adds extra threats that people want to deal with instead of dealing with my commander. And they're also all pretty cheap. This one's $4. 4 smackaroos. Alright, utility lands. We're probably never going to tap these for 4 mana to scry. This one, Rivendell, yeah, we'll use that one, potentially. Reliquary Tower, we'll throw that in there. I'm a big fan of Rogue's Passage as well. Cycling. Isolated Tower, Scry 1. Sure, why not? Don't think I want any more of these. We're trying to keep our land base as chill as possible. Don't think I need that in my life either. Let's do add a Soul Ring. Don't think we need Soul Ring. Arcane Signet might be nice. But Soul Ring I don't think is necessary. Seer's Lantern is tap 2, Scry 1. Don't think I want that. Commander Spear. Sonic Screwdriver. Add 1 mana of any color. Untap another target artifact. Scry 1 for 2. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Yeah, sure. Why not? I think that also has combo with it. Let's check that out. Sonic Screwdriver combos. What do you mean? Combos? Okay, never mind. I guess. That's it. That's the only combo it's got. Which doesn't make much sense. Untap target artifact for 1. I feel like you can do a lot with that, but maybe no one has been cooking with that one. Add sacrifice, add 1 mana. Whenever player finishes voting, you and each opponent who voted for a choice you voted for scry 2. We're not voting at all in this one. Temple of Mystery enters tap scry 1. See, this is probably... There's a lot of scry lands that let you scry when they enter, but they enter tapped. I think we can make use of that pretty well. Command tower, sure, why not? Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color idea. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander, scry 1. Oh, that's pretty stonks. Let's see, Grey Havens, when it enters the battlefield, scry 1. It doesn't even come in tap. That's crazy. We definitely want this in there. When a Crystal Grotto enters a battlefield, scry 1. Oh no. We lost our spot. Okay, there we go. Regina enters the battlefield unless you go 2 or more opponents. Yes. Let's grab this guy as well. It's commander after all. Use mini double. Tap 4, scry 1. No thanks. Let's grab this guy. Simic growth is pretty good. We'll grab that. Flooded Grove. No, thank you. Yeah, actually, why not? It's pretty good. Does some mana fixing. You'll be paid 2 life if you don't. It enters tapped. Yeah, sure, we'll grab that. Breeding pool. Why is that 23? Excuse me. $21 for a breeding pool? No. Fuck that. Well, then stream enters the battlefield tapped. That's fine. We're not trying to... We're not trying to, like, blitz anyone. We're trying to slowly... build our commander up. Let's see, add blank cost. think let's just keep adding these. That's kind of just funny. Oh no, I think I accidentally opened BattleNet. Let's see, yep, there it is. Thank you. Alright. I like these lands a lot. I don't know why, they're just entertaining to me. Add 1 minute when you spend this mana, cast your commander, Scry X, or X is the number of times it's been cast from the command zone this game. Okay, study hall. That sounds fun. Simic. Guildgate. Enters the battlefield tapped. Tap, 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 tap. Where's the Scry lands? 2 or fewer other lands. That's a good one. If it's in your starting hand, at least, it's good. Okay. That's pretty much everything we want in our life. Back to top. Alright. Game plan is make Arwen 22. Oh, there was one card we definitely wanted. It was Mithril armor. Mithril coat. Yes. I love that card. Mithril coat basically has flash indestructible, and when it enters the battlefield, attaches straight to your commander and gives your commander indestructible. Card goes super hard. Alright, we have 137 cards in our deck, 22 lands. Let's add our forest. And our islands. And then, let's see. Where'd you go? Forest, forest, forest. Alright, let's add like 8 of those. And then, where's the islands? Alright, let's do 7, 6. 7, 6. That seems pretty reasonable. I think I want to stick with 35 lands because we're not casting very expensive spells this game. If we sort by mana value, our highest mana is 5 in the Planeswalkers. 4, we got a 6 mana dragon, and then it just trickles down from there. Yeah, we have like a bunch of 3-drop creatures, and most of them are 2 1-drops. All of our sorceries 2 1-drops, and then our finishers are a bit more expensive, but they're finishers. And then our instances, highest CMC is 3 for instance. Then our artifacts, Temporal Anchor is 6, which is pretty high, but everything else is 3 or lower. So, and then enchantments, our highest is 5, but then the rest is 4. Oh, we have a 5, we have a 4, and then 3 or lower. So we do not need a lot of mana to run this deck. So I'm gonna make our lands 35. Then we even have some mana dorks up here. I might get rid of one, like Lenowar Elves. I might get rid of him. Yeah, let's get rid of him. 35 creatures. I don't know if I want 35 creatures in the deck. We have 50 cards, 49 cards to get rid of. So this is going to be, let's start with the creatures. I know there's a lot of creatures in here I just absolutely did not need. I like having these planewalkers, so I'm probably going to keep them. Let's start purging. Whenever Scry, let's start at the end. I don't think this dragon's going to do much for us. It scries once, and then it's just a flying meat stick. I like Herd Baloth. I think Herd Baloth has potential. This has the beginning of your upkeep scry one. So that's pretty good. Whenever you scry, I think Legolas is pretty solid. That's solid. I think Eldron, Master of Healing, that just helps our agenda. Cryptid Ancelot gives us 3+1s. That's good. Thassa, at the beginning of your upkeep, Skyron, and when draw a card, then scry 2. I think Rishark needs to go. Potentially, yeah. That one's pretty solid. This guy, I think he might need to go. Yeah, I think Legolas needs to go there. Kami is pretty good. I'll sort this by price now. See what's expensive. I think that one needs to go. And then let's see. I think Druid's pretty solid for a mana dork. I think Chance Met Elves can go. Yeah. I think Evolution Witness. We're not playing a lot of permanents, but he does get back our planeswalkers if we need him to. We do actually play a lot of permanents too. I think Evolutionist Witness stays. What about you, Elrond? Whenever he or another creature enters the battlefield you control, scry 1. And then Ring Temps. Creature control with +1/+1 on it has trample. That's good. How are we going to get rid of 44 cards? I don't think I've ever had this many cards to get rid of. My thought process is I don't know what my thought process is here. Maybe we get rid of Arcane Denial. It's a little overkill. Counterspell. Man, this is gonna be difficult. I think Gift of Vipers gotta go. Let's see. Artifacts. I think Arcane Signet might have to go. Is there a reprint of this that just says Scry? No, that's like the first card ever that has Scry on it. Or something. I don't know. I think Sonic Screwdriver might have to go. Target creature can't be blocked for 2 though. That's pretty, or for 3. That's pretty good. Can I make these bigger for you guys so you can read them? Yes, I can. I think we get rid of a few of these 1-drop creatures. They're not going to do much other than scry 1. Like this one's tap and scry. That's pretty good. But this is going to scry 1 and then that's it. Like, okay, see, this one's just the better version of that one we just got rid of. Angry Isle, Scry 3. That's pretty okay. That's just good. Makes it so our commander can't be blocked for 2 mana. Whenever you cast a historic spell, artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. We have a bunch of artifacts. How do I have 17 sorceries? It doesn't look like I have 17. I think this has got to go. It's expensive and doesn't do much for us. Let's see. Draw a card, scry 2. Don't think we need Farseek. We literally need like 2 mana to function for the most part. And choose a creature, return all creatures that aren't of the chosen type to their owner's hand. That's just good. That's going to get rid of everything on the field except our commander. Alright, instances. Controller. This is a counter that scries. Destroy target artifact, scry. I'm going to get rid of that. I think I'm going to get rid of Pongify too. We already have Beast Within. We have a bunch of counters. Scry 2, then draw a card, draw a card. Whenever you scry, if you control an island, you may exile. This makes us draw 2, which isn't bad for 2 mana, but I don't know. I think Chain of Memory is kind of mid. We'll get rid of it. Return target tapped creature to its owner's hand. Return target creature to its. Yeah, I think we get rid of select for inspection because the creature has to be tapped. Let's see. We still got 35 cards to get rid of. That's crazy. Well, time to get rid of all 35 of our lands. Creatures you control have hexproof. I kind of like that. Defends our commander a little bit. Jesus, Sanctum's just so good. I feel like this is pretty good too. Landfall Scry. That's fucking stonks. Pay 2, remove, I think, stocking the pantry. Got to go. As much as I love having squirrels. Squirrel cards are very cute. It's an old Umbra armor. Let's see. 34 cards. Jesus. I like our artifacts. I like our instances. I like our sorceries. I think we gotta get rid of some creatures now. The creature agenda. Whenever you cast it, I think Artificer Assistant's gonna come in clutch. I think Glorified Dauntless needs to go. Whenever Guildmare's Guide enters Scry 2 for 4. No. He's too expensive. Whenever you scry, okay, we'll keep him. Whenever you attack, you scry, okay. We're keeping him to get back our planeswalkers. Don't forget that. Whenever you attack with one or more elves, scry, okay. Okay, scry 3. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 has trample. That's just good. Flash for 3, scry 1. Let's get rid of that. I think Nimrodal is ass now. Nightshade Dryad, Death Touch, Mana Dork. I think we can get rid of that. Whenever Puzzle Makeup becomes tapped, scry 1. Okay, that's great. We like those. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, then scry 2. I don't hate that one. Let's see. Whenever you may reveal this card in your opening hand. If you do, scry 3 at the beginning of your first upkeep. Flying at the beginning of your upkeep. That's not bad at all. Scry 3 for 2. Flying owl. Other elf creatures you control get +1/+1. I think I'm gonna get rid of him. Whenever you attack, scry 1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Incubation Druid's just good. Good. Okay. We're down to 23. We got 28 more. reason is Scry 3 for 1. Multiple choice. Scry 1 for 1. I think we get rid of multiple choice. I like Mystic Speculation. It can give us multiple scries. Scry 2, then draw 2 for 4. I think we get rid of that. We have 18 instants. Any expensive ones? Beast within contestants, target, counter target spells, Scry. Man, I wish I could just. I like that. I like that. I think we get rid of Candy Trail. It's a 1-drop for Scry. You gain 3 life, draw a card. It's a food clue. I think we get rid of Candy Trail. Maze Mine's pretty good. Arcane Signet. I think we get rid of Sonic Screwdriver. Yeah. Good creature has block and can't be blocked in a shroud. That's pretty solid. The shroud. I think shroud makes it so we can't target ourselves with our own commander ability. So I think we can't have shroud, if I'm thinking correctly. So, I mean, we can equip it for like a Hail Mary. Decisions. Yeah, I think if we get 21 or 20 counters or 19 counters and we equip a Whisper Silk Cloak, that's good, right? Yeah, I think we keep it. Palantir is good. Lightning Greaves, yeah. Alright, enchantments. I like all my enchantments. Excuse me for clearing my throat. Hopefully it wasn't too loud. And all my enchantments are so clean. I think we keep the 35 lands. I don't think. Maybe we can go down to 34. Just go Forest. 6/6, that's pretty. I like that. We still have 23 cards. I think this is pretty mid. Yeah, because that does the same thing, but Scry's too. Elven Farsight is very good. Let's see, I think we get rid of our owl. Oh man. Preordain. Buyback. Return each creature without a +1/+1 counter on it to its owner's hand. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's see. I don't. Scry 2, then draw a card. For 2. I think we might go through, get rid of all the 3-drop Scries. We want to keep the cards that scry multiple times, because one card scrying multiple times is really stonks. Never Lethorial, like, it's a lot of value. Like this guy, draw a card, scry 2. I think we get rid of Serum Visionary. I think I want Fairies here just to have him. Elven Mystic. I have a couple mana dorks, right? Like, you're playing elves. I think I like my creature base. Oh man. I think this is the most difficult time I've had of getting rid of cards. Usually I can just pop. Let's go through and get rid of the 3-drop Scries if we can. We want to keep the cheap Scries. Alright, 3-drop. Counter target spell. I kind of like that one. Oh, it's a counter spell. That's also a counter spell. I think we get rid of councils. It just draws us 2 cards. We're going to be drawing a lot anyway with all the scries and stuff. That's a 2-drop. Tap target creature, scry 1, draw 1. That's pretty good. Turn target creature to its owner's hand. Scry 1. Draw a card for each creature you know, +1/+1 counter on it. Those gives our commander indestructible. Those are all good. All of our artifacts let us scry multiple times. I think Witching Will might need to go. Whenever Witching Will enters, scry 2, sacrifice it, draw 2. Yeah, Witching Will can go. That's pretty good. I kind of like that. Can we get rid of Arcane Signet here? Don't think we need the mana, the extra mana. Three-drop landfall scry. We want to keep that. Depending on your upkeep scry want, we want to keep that. Umbra armor, yeah, sure. Scry 2, put 2 +1/+1s. Until end of turn, your creatures can draw whenever. I think we get rid of that. Whenever you scry, put a verse counter. I think we get rid of this. There is a lot of scrying going on. Oh, creatures you control have hexproof. And then you can pay 2. For a regenerate. I think that just gives us a nice little blanket effect for our commander. Alright, we got 15 cards. Let's start at the top again. Let's see, Chase. Yeah, these guys scry every time you have a turn. So I don't want to get rid of these. We're never going to use our commander's tap 6 scry too. That's so expensive. Alright, let's see. Something's telling me bird. But I don't know. Scry multiple times, scry multiple times. That gives our commander trample, which is just nice. Really brightens the commander damage. Galadriel accelerates our land. Galadriel accelerates our land every time we scry. I feel like that's good. Sphinx. I think we get rid of Sphinx. I don't know. It's flying 4/4 though. I think we get rid of Elvish Mystic. What do we have that we need to accelerate? But then again, same thing with Galadriel, but that also lets us use our finishers. Galadriel lets us use our finishers a lot more. Elrond just helps the agenda a lot faster. This can really pop off. I'm keeping that there. Whenever a land enters under your control, proliferate. That can combo with Galadriel. Bird Balleth gives us another win con. This thing just makes it hard for our opponents to play the game. We have 20 creatures. I think that's a solid creature base. I think we get rid of some of these instances. Like the 2-drop, Scry 2-draw. I think we get rid of that. I like Opt. I like that one. Scry 2, then draw a card. This was kicked, you may put a land card from your hand. That's like land acceleration, that's not bad. Snakeveil Skin protects our commander, but I think we get rid of that. No. Voyager's End's pretty okay. I think Fading Hope goes away. Draw a card for each creature you control. +1/+1. Those creatures ain't indestructible. Let's see. Okay, artifacts. I think Lithorian Blade is good, but not what we're trying to do. I think it's a waste of mana. I would rather equip a Whisper Silk Cloak than Lithorian Blade if given the opportunity. Enchantments, okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. This doesn't even come to effect same turn. It's a 3-drop. I think we kill that. That's good. That's really good. Simic. Oh, that's our another win con. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature, you just draw a card. I think we get rid of Season Growth. Since we have 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why I don't see 9 in my brain. Okay, we got 9 more cards to purge. The purging. What are we looking for? Oh man, this is hard. I think we get rid of Fairy Seer. It only gives us 1 scry. Everything else gives us multiple. Yeah, I think Moonfolk might need to go too, but I really like that card. It looks sick. Doesn't have any other printings. Oh, just that too. Elven Farsight. That's a good one. Fangs. That's a good finisher. Freeze in place. I think we get rid of that one. Track down's okay. Serum Visions, draw a card, and then scry 2. Buyback. I think we get rid of one of these, like Preordain. These both have draw a card. This one does not. Yeah, I think we get rid of Reasons to Believe. 6 cards to go. Tap a target creature, scry 1, draw a card. I think we killed that. You have to kick it for 3. I think we get rid of Joint Exploration. Draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Gains indestructible. I think we get rid of this. Beast Within, I kind of want to keep that. It's just a good card. Shower of Arrows is solid, but fine. You can actually no. You can go. Dissolve. Counter target spell. Scry 1. Okay. Keep the counters. Okay. Artifacts. Can we get rid of 2 artifacts? I think we get rid of Temporal Anchor. I don't know. Maybe we keep Temporal. I like Maze Tome. I can just scry every turn with that. Enchantments. Can we get rid of an enchantment? Come on, Neptune. Give me a break. If you're ever wondering what that cage sound is, it's my rabbit trying to eat all of his hay. And he likes shaking his hay box up a little bit. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Scry 1. Maybe we get rid of a creature as our last ditch effort. What do we get rid of? Starfish is good. I think we get rid of Sphinx. pinks, it doesn't really do much other than 4/4 flying. I think that's it. We did it. What does our stats say? Average mana value of the main deck is 1/3 with lands. Main value of your main deck is 2 with lands and 3 without lands. I think that's solid. Let's deal some hands. What is that hand? Let's do a quick little play test. Hopefully you can see it. Let's do restart. Alright, let's just try to play this hand out. Okay, we don't want to play this hand out. Maybe we do. No, we don't. We need at least 2 lands. Okay, that works. Yeah, that definitely works. Alright. Let's just drop that land and pass. Alright, next turn. We drop. We tap this for a bird. And then we play this and grab a basic land card. We'll grab a blue, I suppose. I have no idea how to search my deck. Oh. You all? Close and shuffle. That goes to graveyard. That's tapped. Alright, next turn, draw. We can cast our commander now. So we are going to cast our commander first. And then we will drop a Crystal Grotto, which lets us scry. Let's just do this. Let's just draw and then put it on top or bottom. We'll keep that. Put it on top. Then we pass our turn. This already has a +1/+1 on it. And then next turn we draw. Untap, untap. We play our land. It scries, gives us a time. We'll draw. We'll keep that there. I like that. And then we will tap. This is our 4th turn. Tap 1 to opt. Scry 1, draw a card. We'll just draw Starfish since we know it's there. Then we will tap 2. That gives us a third counter. Tap 2 to scry 1. Scry 2, then draw a card. I'm going to send this to bottom. I don't even know how to do that. Move to bottom of library. There we go. We'll keep that on top since it's a finisher. Alright. 5th turn, we draw. And then, let's see. I think we'll just tap 2, play our fish, and then call it a day there. And then pass turn, let's see. Someone played something, I counter it with this, scry 2. I don't really want any of that, but I'll just, I'll send this to the bottom. Let's keep that there. Alright, my turn, I draw. And I will tap to scry. Send that to the bottom. And then let's see. So I'll tap 3 to play a retreat. Our commander has 5+1s. Our bird has not done much like I thought it would. And then I end my turn. Next turn, I get Arabella. Gross. I'm gonna scry 1. Okay, another land. We need that, so we're gonna keep it on top. These are untapped now. Let's see. I'm gonna tap 2 to double Arwen's counters. So it'll have 11 counters on it. I'll start swinging with her. Then next turn, untap everything. We get our Rogue's Passage, play that. By now our commander's probably been dead a couple times, who knows. Alright, let's say someone killed it just then. So we have to bring it back. 2, 3, 4. Then we tap to scry. We'll keep that on top. Then this gets a counter again. And landfall, scried. So technically 2 counters. Some good stuff. I feel like it's a strong deck. Maybe needs more card draw. I don't know. Maybe needs more mana. We have a couple mana dorks in here though. I don't know if we need more mana dorks. Maybe trade the bird out for a mana dork. I think that's what we're gonna do actually. As much as we want the bird to pop off. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. We have 13 artifacts and 10 legendaries. Yeah, I think we get rid of the bird. And then add an elf. Wherever he's at. Elvish Mystic, that's the one. Throw him in there, call it a day. That's pretty much everything. Yeah, let me know if you guys like it. I'll leave a poll to see if anyone interacts and wants me to make a specific deck. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys have a good day. Sweet dreams if you're using this to sleep, and good night.